Hey, what's up guys? Guy1 here, and welcome back to the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. And just like that, we have another race to do. If you didn't see the race we just did literally a few minutes ago, the Daytona 250 is now on my channel, unfortunately in two different pieces. That will not happen again, I can guarantee you that. But this is the Longhorn 150. This will begin officially the second week of races we have in this league. And yeah. Should be a good race. Now this is different because it's a road course, so this should be, yeah, this is the first road course race this season, and the Oshkosh cars are going to see first action with it. And like I mentioned in the last race, we do not restrict the horsepower at road courses compared to ovals with these cars. So yeah, 850 horsepower. A very loose race car. It's kind of hard to tighten them up. There's not much you can do with the car settings to make them handle much better. You just really have to know how to wheel these things. But alright, Swan is on pole again. Clone is in second, and you just saw Clone went to Daytona Speedway victory lane in the Good Wrench car, and now he's going to come here today and see if he can possibly sweep Daytona for Oshkosh. Yeah, wow, what a camera view right there. So yeah, Swan starting on pole, Clone in second, got Pudge third, Frank fourth, Van Gogh in fifth, Beast in sixth, and Down East in seventh. And again, that was a pretty wild race, and again, I'm so sorry that somehow that stream got split up into two pieces. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't have a definitive answer for what happened, but again, I can do all I can to prevent it from happening again. And yeah, with this road course, lots of high-speed sections. However, there's a lot of like tight corners where you really have to get on the brakes. Hopefully you don't over-brake and cause your car to shoot off into the grass or something. And yeah, should be a lot of close quarter racing between a lot of fast cars for different teams. And the cool thing is, even though we're just doing this race directly after the Speedway race, some of these drivers did change their paint schemes, because obviously different cars have different paint schemes for different races usually, but Pudge is running the Milo's car for both of those races, Swan's running the Coke car for both of the races, Clone was running Good Wrench, now he switched to AC Delco. Again, I love NASCAR in general, you know, I love just the entire concept of it. Drivers racing fast cars, and they make a living off of their numbers and the sponsors that are built around those numbers. Now again, with this being the first non-oval race, there's just going to be a lot of different things happening. The pace laps are going to be longer here. There's two separate restart zones for whenever we go back green. And then that little dark thing you see in the track there, that dark line going across it, that's where the choose cone is, but this is not a choose cone, this is just a form up. And I'm just watching to make sure everybody gets in their correct spots. Again, y'all, this is the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League, the Oshkosh Heritage Series, and this is the second race of Season 3. And don't forget, we have this race closing out tonight, and then tomorrow we're going live for the FES race, and then Monday we have Cup. Should be a lot of racing to be seen here this weekend. Coming down to the green flag, we are going road course racing in the NFRL. 48 car gave the 3 a huge shot. That should help him get the lead going off into turn 1. Heavy braking zone. Let's see if everybody gets through it okay. This camera's not showing me much. That's a little better. That jet is humongous back there taking off. Holy crap. Pudge is going to go to the lead. Clone fell back to third. Swan's going to... Jeez, cameras. Swan's going to dive bomb to the inside. They're still door-to-door for the lead. Nobody's lifting. In fact, Swan's going to lift. He does not want to go through this next corner too wide. And see, nobody's really practiced with draft at this track, so you're going to be going a lot quicker in the draft as Pudge is really hard on the brakes. Looks like everybody's going through okay. 48 car goes way to the outside. Beast is struggling back here in that 6 car. Pudge is still holding the lead. Going back onto the main oval section of the track. Pudge is actually going to get a great run from Swan. Alright, Pudge in that Milo's car showing some early speed. And again, this stage will have 12 laps, and then stage 2 will be 15 laps. Man, just Swan qualified, I do believe it was 1 to 2 seconds faster than Pudge. So Clone is just going to miss the corner and not break at all. Hello, camera. Hello, camera. There he is. I was going to say, where's Clone? Clone just shot off into the tire barriers, blocking that section of the track. That will not be a yellow. Swan's going to go back around Pudge for the lead. And that was just the end of the first lap, 1 minute and 38 seconds later. So after Pudge leading mainly all of that, Swan will lead lap 1. Look at them rotors glowing on those cars, man. Heavy braking. Try to keep the camera right there. I like that camera angle. Ooh, Frank's a little to the outside. Looks like he might have missed the point just a little bit. Another car's way to the outside back there. I think that was Clone. Pudge to the lead. He's going to go to the inside and try to get around the 5 car, but Swan's going to get a run to the outside. He's going to hold the lead. Man, these two are actually putting on a show right now at this road course. Pudge in the grass. Pudge! Gonna give a little bump to the 5 car. Aggressive braking there from the 2. He's wicked loose. He's all over the place. Like I said, you really have to be a wheelman to control these cars. You know, while these cars are just flailing all over the track right now and just bouncing around, this might be a great time to say we still have room for drivers in this league. So if you want to race in the NFRL, you need to have Gran Turismo 7. We have an 18 years or older age limit. And also, we run 4 days a week. And yeah, if you want to join us, message CarFreak13 on PlayStation and mention the NFRL and we can set you up with an interview. Swan really hard on the gas there. Down to, oh, Van Gogh's shooting off into the grass. Wow, bumper to bumper coming through that bus stop. Clone trying to get around Frankie. Did you see how they just shot across the screen? Oh my gosh. They're going so fast. Clone gets by for 4th. Swan's still going to lead this next lap too. And again, Swan was the fastest car here by a country mile when it came to qualifying, but pack racing is a lot different. Man, look at the gap between 3rd place and 4th. Clone's going to hold that spot over Frankie. Pudge is going to go off into the grass just a little bit. He saves it. Down East is not going to make a move yet. That's a dangerous spot. And again, we finished the last race at sunset, so now we're trying to get this race in as it turns to night. So the track lights are firing up. I think most of them are on already, and they're going to really come into play here before this night is out. Oh my gosh. Cars are pretty spread out right now as Beast is all the way back, coming to the sharp right-hander while the leaders are going back onto the oval. Man, tons and tons of racing. Now, we did not do a crank it up last time, but I do think we're going to try to do one this stage since we're racing in a road course and there's a lot of different things going on. See how close Down East is to trying to get around Pudge. Now, Down East did not qualify, so he went to the rear of the field to start, but since he's already up to 3rd and now trying to battle for 2nd, I don't know, man, that 16 car might have some speed tonight. And again, this is all trying to help Down East make a decision on whether he wants to run in the series or not. Pudge looked like he just lost a shift with how fast Down East is getting around him. Pudge still holding the lead. It looked like Pudge might have late braked. Oh, nope, he's fine. That looked a little lethal. I thought he was going to go flying into the tire barrier, but he's all right. Back through the field. Clone is starting to gap himself to Frankie a little bit as Frankie. It looks like he underbraked again for that corner. Do you have a car around back here? It is Beast. Beast is having all sorts of problems right now with that race car. Again, he joined kind of late, and RFK got him a car put together, but he's having a really hard time adjusting to this car because he has not raced since Season 1 in the championship. That's when we ran the old horsepower package at an oval. Now he's having to run more horsepower at a road course, so yeah, completely different car. I do believe Beast's spin right there, that was enough to bring out a caution, actually, so... Yeah, we're just watching these cars running around as snails, then you hear Beast's car rolling by on the other side of the track. Well, the question is now, will they open pit road? Let's see, they've had about 4 laps of green flag racing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about half a fuel run. Maybe a little less. Yeah, I think they're going to open pit road this time. Alright, while they do that, I need to grab me a drink, because dear God, there is so much racing happening tonight. It's kind of wild to me that, I know Beast was far back to begin with, but I can't believe that the top 6 are now going into turn 4 of the oval, and Beast is just now coming into the bus stop after all the pace lap we did. Alright, again, Swan is one of the better road course drivers, and he's also one of the better fuel mileage drivers, so we're going to see what kind of fuel mileage he has compared to the others. Let's see what happens on the left. Again, those numbers are the percentage of fuel they have remaining in their tanks at the moment of entering pit road. Yeah, Swan definitely has the most. Clone is a little bit behind him. I think it's a little too early now to take tires. I mean, you might be able to go the whole stage without tires. Try to see if anybody takes them. No, 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 no. For some, yeah, I was about to say, I think Beast might take tires with how that car's running. His car looks terrifyingly unstable. Alright, Swan's already back on the track, as well as the rest of the top 6. Beast right now is just trying to hold on for a semi-decent finishing spot tonight. So when we cross the line to finish lap 6, it's basically going to be about the halfway point. And again, these races are a little bit shorter just because we have standard length, which, from what I've seen, race streams should last about an hour and a half to 2 hours in that ballpark. That's the Cup race worries me, because the last 2 times we raced Cup here at Daytona Road Course, we had a lot of problems. We had a lot of caution flags being thrown. We had a lot of people just kind of not even aware of their surroundings, doing whatever they wanted. But yeah, still looking forward to it. See the sun setting back there. It is slowly turning in, to night down here in Daytona, Florida. And again, definitely going to try to stream the rest of the season for all 3 of the top series, and maybe try to get some of the Winston races on the channel, because the Winston series is really cool. Just a whole different vibe of racing. I hope you all have been liking some of the funny moment stuff we still post on our channel, because that's basically what started this channel back in the day. I posted a couple of music videos at the start, and then it transitioned into funny moments from video games. Coming down to the choose cone, holy outside. But yeah, if you want to have a laugh, just go to our channel, Formal Guy 1, and if you go to the search bar if you're on a computer, or no, just go to the playlist section. There's GTA Online funny moments, there's Red Dead Redemption funny moments. I mean, just, if you're having a bad day and just want to have a laugh, I think our channel can help you. But alright, coming down to the restart zone here. The green flag is coming back out, down east on the outside. Clone gave Swan a decent push there. Heading off into turn 1. Looks like they are 3 wide back there, a couple of rows. Down east going to dive to the bottom. They were 3 wide, that's going to sort itself out barely. Swan's trying to hold the lead. Down east is going for the lead on the left side. And a sharp right-hander. Swan tried to get under the 16, couldn't, because Pudge is to his outside now. Swan gets in front of Pudge. He's going to get back up to second. And now down east has a little bit of a gap going. You're all of them have to get out of the gas. See them tire tracks that Frank just followed? Those tire tracks were originally from Pudge, and then Frank followed them almost identically, so that's pretty cool. I don't even think that's a word I just said, but oh well. Anyways, Pudge up to third. Clone's trying to get that position back. And check out that 16 car, man. Colleague Racing making their return to the NFRL. And they fielded a fast car in the Daytona 250, and now they're fielding another fast car for this race. And again, Down East has been a friend of mine for at least, I think, about 10 years. Played a bunch of different games together, and you'll find him in just about any other video on the channel. He's been in the GTA Funny Moment videos, he's been in the Red Dead videos, I mean, he's just been about everywhere. Now coming around the last corner, Down East has about a half a second lead over Swan. And then from Swan, there's a little over a second gap between him and Pudge. It's gonna be wild to see this wind out because I'm not sure if these guys can make it to the end on their current fuel situation. I mean, Swan might be able to. You can see how much Swan just closed the gap there going into that first corner. Down East needs to protect the inside. Looks like he's doing it pretty decent for now. Again, they have to let off the gas right there because if not, they're going to sail right to where those tire tracks are. And I keep, hey, yeah, look at Frank. Frank is doing it again. Frank is just a purebred off-road racer. Clearly, he cannot wait for the dirt race because he just wants to be in that dirt so much. Dear God. Alright, he's fine. Swan is all over Down East bumper. I'm a little... I can't say I'm shocked, but again, Down East is also a very good road course racer. But with the qualifying speeds, I would have assumed Swan would have gotten around him and just been gone by about now. Again, heavy braking zone. Dude, those rotors are going to really be glowing tonight under these lights. Wow, I really like that camera angle, panning back and showing a lot of the cars coming through that bus stop. Coming back around down to the tri-oval. Last time Down East had about a half a second lead. This time he has about 2/10. Now going off into turn 1, Swan is going to be there. And yeah, he's going to dive to the bottom, see if he can get inside of him. Looks like he's going to give Down East a little bit of the door. Down East stays on the track. Down East is fighting back. He does not want to give up that lead. Door to door. Oh, Down East eased off. He could have really aggressively punched the brakes and tried to dive under him, but nope. He let him have it. And again, one lap took 1:38 seconds. I mean, that's why these laps are so short. There's not many laps, but one lap takes a pretty long time just to complete. Down East got really close right there. I almost thought he was going to clip that 5 car. And while those two battled hard to start this lap, Clone is starting to close the gap a little bit on him. See the gap right there? They're starting to pull away from him just a little bit, but I mean, it's under a second. So Clone is very much in striking distance of these two. And now Down East is only 2/10 back. He's going to be pulling up in that draft. Down East, it looks like he underbraked just a little bit. He gets into the 5 car. Oh my God, look at Down East wheeling that car out of the bus stop. Dear Lord. Yeah, Swan's going to increase that gap to about 7/10 and climbing. Oh my God. Swan. Clone's going to give him a push going up to the start-finish line. That was insane. Yeah, he's going back to 3rd. He just about bulldozed Swan into a different time zone. I'm glad that didn't happen. With that, Clone's going to take over 2nd place. As you look through the field, nobody's really having any problems at the moment. We've stayed green for a decent chunk of time here. Now coming back onto the oval section, about a 1.2 second lead now between Swan and Clone. Tell you what, man, I didn't know what to expect from Clone. I know he qualified in second, but he's holding second now that he got back up to it. And now these cars are all really spread out. Basically, if you're in the top two, I think you're okay with running in these spots. If you're third or back, you're just hoping for a yellow flag at this point. Oh my lord. I come around to the start-finish line. There will be 3 laps to go for stage 1. And again, stage winner pockets, what is it? 2 stage points. And Clone's going to pocket a brake pedal, hopefully, because he did not use it right there. Give Swan a little bit of a touch, but everything's fine. The gap stays about the same, actually. So it didn't really hurt Swan much. Swan under-braked a little bit for that corner. Clone is... Gap staying about the same, so Clone could still strike. Clone might have to ease off of that brake pedal a little bit if he wants to get up to Swan, because Swan's going to be almost untouchable in this environment. Look at that gap. Clone is closing. Now down to 7/10. Clone almost ran his identical line right there. Now the gap is going up a little bit. It's now up to about a second. Oh, what happened to Van Gogh? Well, it's a little bit on the late side. I think Van Gogh might have just parked it and packed it up for the night. But again, he'll still get scored for the race tonight, so not fully terrible. Now the gap between Clone and Swan has closed up to 6/10. This is a battle here, folks. Road course racing between 2 teammates. See right there, down east is about 1.7 seconds behind. So I mean, if these guys start battling up here for the lead, you never know. All they have to do is start running a little bit slower, and then down east has to hit all of his marks. And then he might be able to get up to these boys. Clone was very aggressive on the brakes that time, and the gap is now 3/10. Look at Clone in that 3 car, really up here, challenging Swan at a road course. Certainly not something you see every day, and it is just so fun to watch. The gap is getting even smaller. 2/10 now and going down. And the white flag is this time by. In a heavy braking zone. That turn right there, from my experience, I think Swan's a little bit stronger in that section. Because he gained about 3/10 going through that corner. Swan just got on the brakes aggressive right there. The gap got way bigger, now it's getting way smaller as Clone's trying to track him back down. Looks like he's trying to stay in that draft. Looks like he's just ever so barely not in the draft. Although now the gap's starting to get smaller. Down east is now 1.9 seconds behind these two. It's going to be between these two guys, and if they mess up, Down east is going to be ready to take advantage of it. Clone gets really loose coming out of there. Oh, he's going to fall off just a little bit. I'm watching that gap on the left side on the player list. Some of you might not be able to see it because it's a little bit small. But yeah, now it's back to 4/10 and it's going back down again. Coming to the white flag, there will be 1 lap to go for stage 1. Stuart Haas has dominated this stage, and their 2 best drivers are going to fight it out as Down East has to go to the pits. See how aggressive Clone is with the braking. Now he's going to go back to the inside. He's going to try to hit an apex coming out of that corner. He might have got really loose because now that gap's getting way bigger. Way bigger! Oh god, Swan's driving away a little bit. We'll go to the inside view of Clone. This is what he's seeing right now, trying to catch back up to Swan. Gap is staying at about 9/10. Now it's up over a second. Clone might be close on fuel. He might be trying to save a little. Because he doesn't appear to be going as full on as he was last lap. And yeah, now all of a sudden Swan is starting to drive away. Oh, car's getting really shaky through that corner. And yeah, gap continues to grow. I think Clone might be either trying to save fuel or Clone's just starting to fall off of it a little bit. Still, Clone's driving an amazing race so far. Nobody can ever really challenge Swan in a road course. Now going through the bus stop, I'm still watching that gap between the two. Looks like it's still going to be growing. Oh, it's about the same, actually. So yeah, these drivers are about even right now. Down east with the fastest lap of a 137.7. And out of the final corner for stage 1, Swan is going to win. He wins stage 1 at the Daytona 250. Now he's going to do it again at the Longhorn 150. Swan takes the green checkered. Clone with a very good second place as... Yeah, I think he ran that sucker dry, actually, because that car sounds really quiet driving by. Pudge is coming down. He's going to take third. And you got Beast and Frankie way back here, just trying to finish the stage. Pudge is trying to hold strong for RFK, but right now, Beast and Frankie are not looking too well right now. Yeah, Beast is out, coming to the line. Oh, he does beat Frank barely by about 2 seconds. So you just saw there, Beast and Clone both ran out of gas coming to that stage finish. And with that, Swan will pocket 2 more stage points. I'm going to check something. I don't think that I'm going to have enough storage space to save that replay. Yeah, no. I'm going to not save that replay. That's fine. But alright, this time, we're not going to have the stream close down on us. It'll be about a 5 or 10 minute break. I'll throw the race results up here for you. And then, yeah, when we start the final stage, it'll be 15 laps at the Daytona road course. Just trying to see if there's anything else I gotta make sure everybody's made aware of. I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink for myself, and we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, just about ready to get going green again here. I think there's somebody on the track. Just wanted to see who that was. I guess they went back to the pits. All right, but Swan will pocket 2 more playoff points for winning that stage. And yeah, Clone looked really strong in that first stage, so you never know. Might be able to give Swan a run for his money today. Again, I hope y'all have enjoyed these live races. Because as we get more that are piling up with the rest of them, it's going to look like a lot of racing. FES should be fun tomorrow, and then when the Cup guys come here, we're going to have maybe 10 to 12 drivers, if not more, all running the new higher horsepower, more lethal Silvias, so that should be fun to watch. I did get word from Van Gogh. His internet is acting up. That's why he just randomly left the track in stage 1. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to come back for this, but it's all good. Hope y'all are having a really nice Friday night. And again, Friday night's usually the night where most people want to go out and just not stay home. So I appreciate everybody who's online on a device watching us race tonight. Really appreciate it. There we go. The cars are going to get booted up here out on the track. Another cool thing that we do here is for every series we do have some themed races to where the cars will have specific guidelines for their paint schemes and also specific themes for the sponsors. So we'll have some patriotic races. We're obviously just USA themed everything. We'll have some weird ones like for the Cup Series. We're going to have a fast food race where every car must be sponsoring a fast food restaurant of some sort. So that should be fun. Not sure what Pudge is doing. I think Pudge is like, hey, let me have some of what you're having. What's all that speed, brother? A lot of smoke coming out of that 2 car there as they're just doing the foam-up lap. And again, I'm really curious. I want to watch Clone. I want to see what that 3 car can do in stage 2 because I've never really seen Clone have that much speed at a road course. Because Swan's pace, he's on another level right now, and Clone was pretty much matching him there for a few laps. There's a lot of like jitter jumping lag going on. I don't know what that's coming from. I wish GT7 had more stable servers. They were, I guess, semi-stable when the game first came out, and then as the updates came through, they just got worse and worse and worse. I don't know how that happens. After they get through the bus stop, they'll come up to the choose cone. I'm not sure what Clone is doing. We're going to put the camera up to the leader here. So that is the choose marker. Jeez! Just make it more obvious you're going to the outside there, Pudge. Dear God. Thought he was just gonna smack the wall and make the right side of his car white from that. Jeez. As the outside line has 4 versus 2 on the inside, this should get fun. Alright, coming down to the start-finish line, we're gonna go green. They're gonna stomp on that gas, then immediately stomp on the brake, because that's what this track is known for. coming down. Green flag is back out. And Down East made it 3 wide for second place. That just left Pudge in the dust on the outside. Little bit of smoke back there. I think Beast might have gotten into Pudge a little bit. Down East is there again challenging. Clone is trying to get to the outside of the 16. This camera angle is so weird because I can't see any of these cars. Down East on the gas hard. He is there. I don't think he's going to stay there, though. Coming through that awkward left-hander. Swan's being really aggressive on the inside of that corner. Down East is going to try to loop back around. Try to get a better run than the 5 car. Again, while you're watching this, you're also trying to watch the track map up at the top right, because if you see an arrow going haywire, you need to go back and look at them. God, those things just sound menacing, zooming by the camera. Off into the bus stop. I hope Down East can try to get up to Swan, because he might be holding Clone up if he stays in the way. Clone's going to fall a little bit off pace right there coming out of the bus stop. Down East is going to try to stay with him. Coming around to the start-finish line. And Swan with a really decent lap to start the stage. Once again, with road course racing, the cars are going to get spread out very quickly. See, now this camera angle I like, because you can actually see all the cars and what the heck is going on back there. 6 cars just having all sorts of problems. He's just having a day. He's just on a Sunday cruise around this racetrack as if it's the park. He's just going to go see the grass. He's going to go sightseeing out in the forest. He's just going to do whatever he wants on this glorious night. And looking at the cars back there in the lead, I think they are throwing a yellow for that. Maybe not? No, those cars are still full steam. Never mind, we're still racing. Alright, and coming down to the bus stop, you see the gaps. Swan now has a second lead over Down East. Down East has 2.5 seconds over Clone. Dear God, what the heck happened to the 3 car? I'm half worried about this 6 car, man. He seems a little unhinged at the moment. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, unless he's around traffic, I may consider just parking that car tonight, because I don't know if that car is really suited for this racetrack. Again, he looks fine 90% of the time, and then other times he's just all over the place. Alright, looking back up at the leaders, the gap between first and second hasn't changed much, as Podge is now trying to challenge Clone for 3rd place. Podge looking to the inside. He was there for a split second, then Clone jammed on the gas to stay in front of him. Podge is still there. Podge is all over the 3 car. Oh, Clone's following in Podge's footsteps quite literally, and he's getting loose. Podge is going to... Oh, he saves it. Oh my gosh. Both of them just basically tandem drifted through that corner and saved it. What a piece of driving by both of them. Dear God. Just checking up front. Yeah, obviously it's not a yellow because they both saved it. That was insane. We've seen Podge do that many times in many other series, but every time you see it live, it's just crazy to see it again and just think of the talent that driver has. Oh my lord. Yeah, these guys are really spread out right now. There's not a lot happening. And if you look at the track map on the top right, you can see Beast is still a country mile behind the rest of the leaders. Look back up at Swan. Wow, Swan ran a 1:37.9 lap time, and I do believe that was without draft. Holy crap. Yeah, and this is only the second point race of the season, so you never know. Swan may be in a perfect position here to sweep the weekend. Sounded like the 16 got a little bit loose back there. As somehow Clone has gotten back around Pudge, and these two are going to just continue battling. Again, not much happening right now with the two leaders, so we're going to keep the cameras on these boys. Look at all those tire tracks in the grass in that section. Many people have flown off into the grass. Pudge, I thought he was going to have a run to the inside. He backed off it just a little bit. And look at Clone get back in the gas pedal. These guys are going to come back onto the oval as Clone's actually going to get a little bit of a lead over the 2 car. Telling you, man, that 3 car, he's doing really good tonight. I've seen Clone race in many other series, and we've done many road course races, obviously. And it's not that he's always off pace, he just sometimes has bad luck. Tonight, he's fast, he's really fast, and he's really driving that car the way it should be driven. I'm quite impressed with that 3 car tonight. You see how loose Pudge gets? And that's just casual for him. He just cranks the wheel the opposite way and keeps it going straight as if it's nothing. Around to the start-finish line. Swan's still maintaining that gap over down east. I've said this a lot already, but these just grimacing monster machines when they go by, I mean, they just sound terrifying. And again, man, when you come into a series as the defending series champion, you got a lot of stuff behind your name, and now you got to prove it. You got to prove that championship wasn't a fluke, that it was actually genuine, which obviously it was genuine, but, you know, you got to come back and see if you can have the same type of season, the same speed. And last season, Swan had, I think it was 1 win. I think he won at Route X, and I think that's the only win he had in that season, and yet he still went into Daytona and won that race. Because again, with this new playoff format that NASCAR's been running in real life, it really doesn't matter what you do in the entire season before the championship. As long as you get into the championship 4 for the final race, all you have to do is win that last race. I mean, it's a crazy format. Oh my god, did you see the backfire on that thing? That car looks like it has a flamethrower on the rear bumper. Oh my, dude, these cars, holy crap. And they are going to be completing, I believe it's going to be lap 5 of green flag racing, since that first lap was just a pace lap. And you know what? Why don't we do an entire lap of an NFRL Crank It Up? Alright, and again, those cars, man, they just sound amazing when they're driving by. Now, as the pit cycle has already began a few laps ago, that's why Down East is way in the back. Now we're going to see who can go the longest on fuel. As you see on the left, Pudge and Clone are going to come to the pits. 16 laps. See, I don't know, man. I think the RFK guys cannot do this on one stop. And I'm not entirely sure if Swan could do it either, but with Swan's fuel mileage, he might be able to run the math, run the numbers, and he has such a big lead now, he might be able to just coast enough and do this in one stop. That would be an insane way to win this race. See the rotors on them suckers glowing now that the nighttime is in full swing here. So, let's see. Clone and Pudge have pitted. Down East is pitted. I'm not sure about Frankie at the moment. And again, I could have that display on the bottom of the screen where it shows the car info. It'll show like tire wear, fuel remaining, and all that, but not going to disclose team information. Now Swan comes out of the bus stop. I mean, if he pits this time, that would be 7 green flag laps on a tank. But that means he might, or no, that means he would have to pit one more time. So if Swan doesn't pit here, he's going for one stop. Oh no, he's pitting. Nope, Swan cannot do this on a one stop. He has 8% remaining. Okay, this is going to be close because now that we know Swan cannot make it on one total stop, now all of a sudden strategies go up in the air. I think he should still hold the lead after this, though. Frank has yet to come to pit lane. I do believe he's going to come this time. Yeah, that looked like he was thinking about it, but yeah, he's definitely coming into pit lane. Huh? I'm watching Clone because he should be coming... I'm guessing he's going to be about 2 to 4 seconds behind Swan after Swan comes out of the pit road. No, it's going to be a lot more than that, actually. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what Down East was doing. Pudge is already pitted with Clone. And I was about to say the full pit cycle has completed, but it's like a second one has started with Down East, because I don't understand that. Beast ran his 6 car dry. Oh my, dude, there's only 6 cars in this race, and there are so many strategies, I literally can't keep up with them all. So the glowing brake rotors right there. Down East pitted a second time, and he's only 2.5 seconds off a Clone. Now I'm starting to debate if Down East even pitted, because I know I saw him pit before that crank it up, but he pitted again. You know what? I don't know. Drivers are doing whatever they want. You'd think that me being up in the booth and, you know, me being able to scroll through all these drivers and watch literally everything happening, you'd think I would know. And literally Swan right now has an 11-second gap over Clone. As we look back at Clone, he's trying to hold off Down East. He's doing it now by about 2.9 seconds. That gap's growing. Now up to 3 1/10. Okay, Clone actually has amazing straight line speed over Down East. As we look back here, Pudge is in 4th. Frankie is back here in 5th. So Frankie is 10 seconds behind Pudge, but he's 36 seconds ahead of Beast. That is how spread out this field is. And actually, Beast is right now going back onto the oval section while the leader is right there. You see the 2 arrows on the track map? So yeah, if this stays green, Beast might end up getting lapped before this one is over. Now Swan goes back to the oval. We're just going to go through the field here. Oh yeah, we can actually do that because Swan started on pole, and now as we're on lap 10 of 16, he's maintained the lead. I think he lost it maybe once or twice to Down East at the beginning, but then he just maintained it from here on out. He's currently 2/10 purple on a 37.9 lap time, so if he hits a good bus stop right here, oh man, this could be a lap of laps. Alright, so pay attention to that purple lap on the bottom left. Clone had an amazing stage 2. He went to, I think, 4th or 5th in just a really poor run at the start. And then he rallied back to finish 2nd and almost challenged Swan for the stage win there. I think Clone even qualified 2nd for this race, actually. Looking at the 1:37.4 lap time for that 5 car. Okay. If this was old school NASCAR, I would say that 5 car is going to fail post-race inspection. I'm saying that right now, because that car is blistering fast. But alright, going back through here, Down East didn't get to qualify, but he did race in the Daytona 250 and now racing in this. Little bit late braking, a little bit aggressive, he's fine though. Pudge is going to close that gap real quick though. But Down East was challenging for the lead at the start of this stage. And now he's back to 3rd, just trying to hold off Pudge to keep 3rd. I don't remember where Pudge qualified. I think it was 4th or 5th, but he is the highest scored RFK driver right now. I was trying to keep RFK in the conversation pretty much. Yeah, RFK fielding 3 cars. RFK is the biggest team here today. Usually every single race, Haas is the biggest team, but RFK has the most drivers. Frankie back here, he's gotten loose almost all over the racetrack. I know this is his first time racing here in this car, so it's kind of to be expected. The car has a huge learning curve, but once you learn it, you know, you can really drive the wheels off of these cars. And then back here is Beast, just rough day, you know. You're not going to have a good race every day, but again, he's just struggling left and right with that car. Not used to the higher horsepower, and the whole feel of the car is quite different from Season 1. This series has evolved so much since then. Yeah, that's pretty much your whole field. Look back up. Look, Swan's just roasting them brakes, man. I know the nighttime plays a huge effect into that, but it's still crazy to see. And just looking at our schedule, FES runs tomorrow. Going to be going live around like 7:15 in that neighborhood. Then Cup runs Monday, going to be going live about the same time, around 7 or 7:15. Hope you all have enjoyed the racing tonight. Again, doing a double header. I wasn't sure if I was going live this season, and then once I figured out I was, and I saw we had to do a double header, I was like, oh boy. But no, it's been pretty nice. I've mentioned it about 5 different times this live stream, but genuinely, it irks me that that first stream tonight got split into 2 pieces. I'm almost genuinely considering downloading those videos off my channel, combining them, and just making them one, because it's going to irk me. Now Swan comes down the back straightaway. Clone is still in 2nd, but he's 18 seconds off of the leader. So that's kind of what I'm watching now, because I don't think Swan's going to make very many mistakes. I mean, even when that gap closes, it's closing by mere tenths. Going down to the start-finish line, there are just 4 laps to go now. And again, that Coke car is pretty much the exact car that Swan won the championship with last season. Definitely wants to have a lot of speed with that car this season. And looking here, Down East is starting to close the gap on Clone a little bit. Maybe it'd give us something to watch here, because with the leaders right now, there's not much to watch. See, now that really looked like Down East was really late on the braking, but he's actually fine. Like at the start of that corner, it looked like he was going to fly off into the grass and maybe go all the way out to the tire walls, but dear lord. The gap between these two is only 7/10, so Down East is within striking range of this. It sounded like Clone went off the track with his tires squealing. Pudge has just continued to fall off the pace. He almost goes in the grass right there again. He is holding on for dear life, as he is literally 10 seconds behind Down East now. I tell you, RFK Racing they were one of the fastest teams in the league back in Season 3. So this is technically Season 5 of the league itself, because we're currently in Season 5 of the Cup Series. So yeah, Season 3, RFK was basically a dream team. Like, incredible stats in every series. Last season, they fell off just a little bit. They still had speed, but they did begin to fall off a little. And now, so far this season, I mean, granted, they ran great in the FES last week, but I don't know, man. They're actually not showing very much speed here tonight. They're definitely going to have to take everything back to the shop and look at what they did wrong, because clearly something or many things are amiss on all of these RFK machines. Again, Frank's probably still learning that car, because I don't think he got to race much during the off-season. Beast is a seasoned veteran who is once again just dirt slow for some reason. I think he might have spun coming back onto the oval. I'm sorry, man. There's so little laps remaining. I don't think Beast is going to get any better than 6th place. I would just park it. But he's going to use this time that he has left just to try to learn the car as much as he can for the upcoming races. Because this track's technical. We have a lot of technical road courses coming up. Swan's going slow on the track. I didn't see anything, but Beast spinning out right there, that might have actually brought the caution out. As, yeah, these cars are slowing down. Okay, well, this just changed everything, quite literally. So, forget everything I was just saying about Swan just skating off to the victory and nothing's going to happen, because now everything's about to happen. Are they forming up? I genuinely don't know what's happening here. Well, per rule, again, you have to have at least 2 green flag laps remaining to go back green, or else we're going to go to a green-white checkered. I know they're waiting for everybody to get caught back up here, but I mean, they could go a little bit quicker just to get up to the restart zone. Okay, well, caution's out, obviously. They're formed back up, and we're going to have a restart with 2 green flag laps to go. And also, there's no pit lane. So whatever tires these cars currently have and whatever fuel, that is what they're going to have for the rest of this race. Oh my god. I might have to look back on the replay because I genuinely don't know what brought out this caution. But nonetheless, we're coming to the choose cone for this race, folks. The Longhorn 150 at Daytona Road Course. I genuinely don't know what's happening. That wasn't the choose cone, I don't think, because I don't think these guys are going to restart single file for a restart this big. Okay, I don't know what's happening. It looks like they might have gone back green for the time being, but I'm going to have to talk with league admin because that looked really illegitimate. Pretty sure this race is going to go to a green-white checkered, but we'll still treat this as if it's official. I just don't think it's official. Yeah, so this race replay is going to probably be a little bit longer than the first one, which obviously is fine, but So sometimes we'll do spur-of-the-moment stuff, like we'll try to do a quick restart somewhere just to make sure there's 2 laps to go and whatnot, but they lined up single file and then went green at the caution markers, or the penalty markers, so it's like, what? Again, I am 95% sure this is unofficial, but hey, if it is official, Swan's currently leading. Downey's second, Clone third. Another thing that made this real illegitimate is the restart, because like Swan got going and nobody else did. So again, take my word that it's probably going to go to a green-white checkered, but for the time being, Swan is going to come around to take the white flag of the Longhorn 150. And if this stands, he should be able to easily get the victory. See, something else we do is sometimes we'll send it almost full steam, trying to just finish the lap so we can go to the green-white. Down East just crashed hardcore into the barrels. That's what they're going to do. Okay, so yeah, this is not official. This race is not over. We are going to a green-white checkered. These guys are just going to send it full steam until they finish this. And again, we're going to line them back up for the green-white. There will be 2 laps to go, and then we have 3 attempts at the green-white to finish this race. Clone is wrecked off into the grass. Again, I don't really know what the main wreck happened there. I guess it was Beast, but I didn't see any arrows spinning. I didn't see any multi-car crashes, so something caused them to throw the yellow, and then I'm guessing the cars had too much wear on the tires, and maybe some people couldn't make it on gas, so instead they just decided to throw the green-white up. Yeah, after they finish this, just give me a couple of seconds to check with League Admin to see what's going on here. So, for the moment, Swan's going to win the Longhorn 150. Alright, so let me go handle this, and I will be right back on mic. Alright, I can confirm this is going to be a green-white checkered, so yeah, that was not official, so this is now going to be the ending of the race. And yes, that last caution did come out because Beast spun by himself. So alright, this is now going to get very interesting with all these driver strategies. Oh yeah, I can't save that replay, what am I doing? I can guarantee you that 37.4 is easily the quickest lap of the race. Alright, this shouldn't take too long. It's only going to be a minute or two. They just have to take a quick break and get all the drivers lined up properly. Now, all of a sudden, it puts all the drivers back in contention because they're not going to be spread out by like a mile apiece. And again, we have 3 attempts at this. The green flag will, or they're going to form up. Green flag will come out. 1 green flag lap. Then they're going to be coming to the white. If another caution comes out before the white, we're going to line them back up and do another restart. 3 attempts at that, and then if we somehow get to the 3rd attempt, basically whenever the caution comes out, if one does, that will end the race at the moment of that caution. I don't know, the cars get spread out really easily here, so I'm not anticipating many yellows. Alright, and again, Swan has been the fastest car here by a country mile, the fastest lap time of a 1:37.4, which is just outright craziness. And then Clone was up to challenge at the end of stage 2, or sorry, at the end of stage 1, but ran out of gas, and then the RFK cars have just been wildly off pace all night. It's just crazy to see that from RFK. You don't normally see that. Alright. Let's get to the spectate screen. Alright, well, clearly drivers are not in their correct order at the moment. This should be a wild finish, y'all. Because again, first road course race of the season. Well, for the top 3 series. And again, Swan has been untouchable this whole race. But now, you're going to have a late caution. And I don't know... I'm not really sure why Swan and Frankie are all the way up here, but yeah. Also, I don't know why Frank is... Okay, it fixed. I don't know if you noticed that, but Frank was scored first, and he's back in 5th. I don't know what that was. Alright, Stuart Haas running 1-3, RFK running 4-5-6, Colleague holding on in 2nd. This is crazy to say, but I truly think Clone has more speed than Down East tonight. And I'm saying that because Clone actually got up to Swan and was challenging him for the stage win. Down East has been there, but eventually Down East falls off. He just can't consistently stay with the 5 car. So I genuinely think that Clone could have a shot at winning this if he plays his cards right. Oh, this is wild, man. This is crazy. I'm not sure why some of those cars are drifting there, because obviously every ounce of tire matters. Podge is just having a world of fun back there in that 2 car. Alright, all these drivers are just taking the moment in, thinking about their strategies, thinking about what they can do. Another thing you got to think about is where you're going to line up when they get to the choose cone. Inside line is massively preferred going into turn 1. Alright, here we go. Coming to the choose cone. Swan's obviously going to stay to the inside. Let's see if Clone might hop up to the outside. He will not, but Pudge will. And he will bring the entire RFK caravan with him. RFK to the outside entirely, and then you got Haas and Colleague on the bottom. So this is going to be wild. Pudge is very fast, but he needs to get to the lead. If Pudge is stuck in traffic, I don't think he's going to have a shot. But if he gets a good push from that 48, he might be able to dive in front of the 5 going into 1. Here we go, y'all. Coming down to the start-finish line. The first attempt at a green-white checker. Green flag is out. Decent push from the 48. Pudge tried to door Swan a little bit there. Heavy braking zone. Swan's going to hold the lead. Who's going to come out in 2nd place? It is Down East. Pudge is door-to-door with Clone. Clone's going to get in front of him. Wide angle lens for this turn. Swan braked a crap ton going into that corner. Down East is all over Swan's bumper. Here comes Down East. Swan was really heavy on the brakes, and that allowed Down East to close the gap right up. Here he comes. Down East is going to go to the outside, try to hit a better apex in the 5. He's going to try to go around to the inside now. Gap is slowly lessening. Back here, another fight too between Clone and Pudge. But this is the battle for the lead. Down East hasn't really been in position to challenge for the lead all day, and now during a green-white checkered, he is there. Keep looking back at the 3 car, because Clone and Pudge, if they get close enough, they will battle. Down East is going to close that gap up. He has to stay in the draft. This is going to be a close one. I think they should make it to the white without a yellow flag. See who can get through here a little smoother. Down East, looking at the gap. Swan got through there a little bit smoother, but Down East is going to stay with him in the draft. No caution, and here we go. Coming down to the white flag. Actually, there is a slow car back here. It is Beast. I don't think he's going to throw a yellow for that. Let's see what Down East does. He's going up out of the draft. I think he's just going to try to get a better corner, and here we go. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Let's see Down East line. We're going to go to the inside camera for this. Oh, Down East got a little bit loose. Swan was able to hold his line a little bit better, and Swan's going to get out to a way bigger lead now. Down East just trying to get himself in a position to challenge. Swan got really loose right there. Down East should be able to close up from that. Go back to outside cam. He's still in position. Let's see what happens in this corner. Swan's still going aggressively low. Down East swings it outside, trying to get to the proper apex for that corner. Swan's actually gapping him a little bit out of that turn. Down East is going to swing it wide. Try to get in on the gas really soon. Down East, oh no, the gap's growing. Swan's driving away. Swan should have it. Now Down East is probably going to send it into the bus stop, but Swan should have this. Just make no mistakes. Looking to get his first career win at a road course, and also his first career sweep in any series. Down East is trying to send it. He's trying. He's not going to get there, I don't think. Down East, I think he sent it too far into the grass. That would be a corner cut penalty. The gap's growing. It's not really getting any smaller. It's maintained. I don't think he's going to do it. Swan out of the final corner, his first road course win ever in the NFRL, and he is going to sweep the weekend at Daytona Road Course. Swan wins the Longhorn 150. Down East gave it a really good charge there, but there was not enough time for him to get up there and challenge properly. Clone will come home third. Pudge and Frank, they'll take fourth and fifth. Beast is still way back there off of pace. I don't know what kind of car they gave Beast, but dear God, RFK needs to send that thing right to the junkyard. Actually, I would just chuck that thing in the crusher. Just forget that car even existed. But alright, a great win for Swan. And now, going into the first 2 point races of the season, Stuart Haas has won both of them. Clone wins the oval, Swan wins the road course, so really looking good for that team. Alright, we're going to, I'm going to save that replay. And now we're just going to wait for them to start the cooldown lap. Make the camera sit in Swan's car there for a second. Oh, a lot of racing tonight. Hope you all have enjoyed it, because dear Lord, my throat is gone. Again, I give major props to Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds, you know, all the commentators out there that do this stuff for a living, because, again, I'm not out at a physical racetrack. I'm not, like, out traveling the world to different racetracks, but I'm still doing this and giving it the most effort I can. I hope you all have really enjoyed it, and I hope there's still a lot more to come this year, because this season of the NFRL is going to run until December. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more racing. Alright, so I'm not going to interview him until he gets well around the racetrack, because this is the process where all the other drivers can give him a bump, they can say congrats in the chat. I'm going to let that happen a little bit before I do the interview with him. Oh my lord. Oh boy, 48 car just went spinning back there. And again, with a drive like that, I know everybody really wanted to win this race, but you can't not but be impressed with that driving by Swan. Just put on a fantastic show in that 5 car. Alright, after these guys get going here, we will get the interview going with them. I gotta say, coming in as the defending series champion and then going back to from that team, again, he has a lot of respect for anybody who races him clean. Nobody really drove him dirty tonight, and to be honest, there really wasn't much dirty racing at all, so I very much appreciate that as league owner. Alright, let's go into this chat and let's see what happens. Let's get him on the mic. Swan, this is Formal Guy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I did.
Well, I must say, I was getting bored up here. I was just scrolling the cameras through the cars. I had nothing to talk about. You were just running away with it. You had an over 18-second gap to second place. And then all of a sudden I saw Beast spin out for like the 20 millionth time by himself, and then I saw they threw a yellow, and I was like, oh dear God. But you held on through the green-white, had a great restart, and you were able to fight off a challenging down east. You're the defending series champion, and now you are once again going back to victory lane in only the second week as defending champion. How you feel right now, brother?
I'm glad that I can finally win, not just on ovals.
I was telling everybody that you have a big following for that Coke car. You love that car. It's one of your favorite cars to run in this series. I mean, how does it feel to not only get it to victory lane, but again, like you said, victory lane at a road course?
It feels great when you don't put it in the wall. No, it feels great. I mean, this is the third time I've come to this track, and I felt like each time I've had a chance, I've just choked it, or have had people that are just running away with it, like someone in the booth right now. But, you know, it's just great. This was one of the tracks at the beginning of the season I kind of looked at and said, you know, this is a track that I want to win at.
So as you literally create a cesspool of smoke and burnt rubber down there, I just got to say, that lap time you set of a 137.4, I couldn't believe it, because I believe in stage 1, Down East set a 37.7, but that was with draft. And then I saw you set that 37.4 without draft from the lead, and I was literally taken back. I couldn't believe it.
That was with almost full fuel, too.
Well, whatever Stuart Haas gave you in that car, man, it must have been just a rocket ship out there. Just a huge congratulations from the booth. And now, counting the clash, Stuart Haas has won all 3 of the races so far this season, so congrats to the whole team, and I hope you can go on and win many more races this season.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, this has been the Daytona 250 and the Longhorn 150. As you can tell, my throat right now is like melted butter. It is just gone, but I hope everybody who has come out tonight to watch has enjoyed. I appreciate everybody who's normally out on a Friday for spending time with us and watching these superstars race, because clearly it takes a lot of mind and a lot of ability to drive these cars the way they do. Also, another just shout out to a dear friend of me and Down East, Saray, for pointing out that my first stream went out, because if you hadn't have done that, the whole second half of that race would not even be up on YouTube right now. So thanks for that. And again, just a huge thanks to all y'all for watching. Don't forget, FES goes live tomorrow at 7. Cup goes live Monday at 7. This is the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League, and we will see you guys next time.